Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. David Adeleye has picked up the vacant British heavyweight title in Manchester on the heavy impact card, which is headlined by Joe Joyce and Filip Hrgovic, stopping Jeamie Tshikeva inside 6 rounds. And it wasn't without controversy, and we'll talk about the ending because how it ended obviously had the Tshikeva camp up in arms, Tshikeva appealing to the referee. What happened was in that 6th round, they were in the clinch. The referee says break. He actually flicks down the hand of Tshikeva. He starts to circle around the boxes, and on the break, he is hit by a huge left hook by David Adeleye, and Tshikeva goes down, and you could tell that he was badly hurt by that. He struggled to get up. He does beat the count, but he did look like he was pretty much gone. You had David Adeleye all over him, dropping him again for a second time. He didn't land a lot of clean shots, but ultimately sent him to the canvas. After he beats the count, you have David Adeleye, you have Jeamie Tshikeva not responding to the referee that well. He does turn his back on him when he's in the corner, and the referee had seen enough. So kind of cardinal rule, you need to obey the referee's instruction and don't give the referee a chance to end it. So perhaps a little bit of inexperience from Tshikeva, but he and his camp were immediately complaining about the initial knockdown, which led ultimately to the end of the fight because his arm was hit by the referee. It was put down, and you had David Adeleye coming in with a huge left hook on that break. So they are going to be probably appealing this, I would say. There's probably going to be some mixed views, but I guess you also have to say protect yourselves at all times. But they might argue that he didn't have necessarily the opportunity to do so because the arm had been freed, and that also meant Adeleye's arm was free, and it was free to throw a punch, and he did so. And after the fight, David Adeleye said that there was a bit of an irony in it because he said he lost the same way to Fabio Wardley in that fight. Said that Wardley had effectively done the same thing, bumped off his, used his shoulder, bumped him, and then thrown the same sort of shot. He said how that the pendulum swings. But he did sort of say of the win that he wanted to take his time. And he also accused Jeamie Tshikeva and his team of putting something on Tshikeva's body, which was getting into his eyes when they were in the clinch. He said he couldn't see, he was blinded, he thought it was some sort of cream. But Tshikeva, after the fight, he was actually quite gracious. He was interviewed, he just says it happens in it. So he didn't sort of say too much, but certainly I imagine that his team, who was livid and remonstrating with the referee, including Ben Davison, they were not happy at all. So this is a huge win for David Adeleye in his career. He wouldn't be drawn on who he should fight next. He said, I'll leave that up to the promoter and his team. But this fight here, it was actually, I think, a fight you have to say that until that point, for the most part, Jeamie Tshikeva was in control. Sure, we know David Adeleye is a big puncher. He's got power and he can turn a fight. But he was giving away quite a few rounds here. I mean, he might have only won one round or two at the most out of the first 5. He was landing the odd decent power shot that was maybe swinging around, but he was getting outboxed, and the jab was key for Jeamie Tshikeva, who does like to make it tough and awkward. And Tshikeva was actually warned multiple times for all manner of things right from round 1. There was the use of the forearm, hitting behind the head, the use of the head. I think there was 5 or 6 different warnings over the course of the first 5 rounds. No points taken or anything like that, but probably would have got to that stage later in the fight, potentially. He does tend to fight a little bit dirty, but obviously this was a fight that we didn't ultimately have to sort of say it was a point that decided it. It was potentially a controversial move from the referee. I'm interested in your take and your thoughts on this, because he slaps the hand out of the way, circles around the boxes, and at the point which Tshikeva thought they were, on the break, that he shouldn't have been hitting him because the referee was separating them when he got caught by the shot. Reminds me a little bit, I guess, of that situation with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, just a little bit. So, yeah, make of it what you will. I think we'll hear more on this potentially. Perhaps in a rematch will be ordered. After the fight, you did have David Adeleye also saying he thought that before their careers were done, they probably would face each other again. But Adeleye, he bails himself out with a huge left hook, and ultimately a couple of knockdowns did the job. Tshikeva turned his back and the referee waves it off. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.